Hey guys, happy Wet Wednesday. So this week things are a little different. I'm coming to you from my microscope station, and as you can probably tell, I'm missing my other host, which is ironic because today we are talking about a pathogen that requires multiple hosts for its life cycle, but unfortunately today we only have one. So that was a big giveaway. I'm sure many of y'all in your head are screaming rust, and that's right. Today we're talking about rust, so get excited. For the sake of not making this video like several hours long, we're not going to talk about the entire life cycle of rust, which includes 5 different stages and multiple hosts. We're only really going to talk about 2 spore types that are important, one of which we don't get to see in the lab very often, so it was pretty exciting when we got it into the lab today. And the other spore type is the one that is most destructive on the cereals. So the symptoms of rust are actually relatively obvious. They start out as these pale leaf spots that eventually will develop into spore-producing structures, which are called pustules. And these pustules are usually on the underside of the leaf, but that is not always the case. And eventually spores will pop out of these pustules, and the spores are going to be orange and yellow, and there's going to be thousands of them, which will give the plant in the infected area this orange color, almost like a powdery orange, rusty color. Rust has caused famines and ruined the economies of large areas and entire countries all over the world. But they're most notorious for their destructiveness on grain crops, such as wheat, oats, and barley, but also attack vegetables, like beans and asparagus, and field crops like cotton and soybeans, and ornamentals like carnations, chrysanthemums, and snapdragons, and tremendous losses on trees like pine, apple, and especially coffee. These are the teleospores of rust. They are the overwintering structures. In spring, the teleospores will germinate and produce basidiospores that are forcefully ejected into the air and carried hundreds of meters by the wind. These are the iridospores, and they are what gives the infection that rusty orange color. Most of the damage caused to wheat growth and yield results from these iridospores infection, which may literally cover the entire stem, leaf, and sheaths of the plant. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you found those rust teleospores as cool as I found them. We'll see you next week, and I promise Mandy will be here next week to give y'all some comic relief. Have a great week.